Hey everybody!
Hello!
Hey. MaJeliv here. We are the Vasquez family. Welcome back to another MaJeliv video for those of you that are familiar with our channel. But for those of you that are new, welcome. Today we're going to be reacting to the official trailer of the final Indiana Jones movie in the Indiana Jones saga. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Indiana Jones means a lot to us as a family. We all have our own individual connections to it. We'll get on that later. But we are just super pumped and excited to jump into this. We have been anticipating this movie, this trailer for such a long time, and we're ready to get more details and kind of a glimpse as to what to expect. There's an awesome team behind this movie from the looks of it. So let's kind of jump in and see. We're excited to see what this is going to entail. It's going to be quite the emotional ride for sure. So let's jump in. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We hope you guys enjoy a reaction to Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny official trailer.
Butterflies.
Oh man.
I do. I don't get like that often for movies.
I miss the sea. I miss waking up every morning, wondering what wonderful adventure the new day will bring to us.
My gosh, these visuals, man.
Those days have come and gone. Perhaps not.
Oh, man.
Oh my
I
god.
believe in magic, but a few times in my life, things I can't explain.
Dude, what?
I believe it's not so much what you believe. It's how hard you believe it.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh my gosh, man.
Indy!
Who is this man? I'm her godfather. Get back.
June 30th!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Summer 2023.
Man.
Wow.
Oh.
Man.
Are we just speechless?
I mean,
It's just so emotional, man. I mean, he's such a... One, he means a lot to all of us, like we were saying earlier.
Oh my god, yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I would say up there with Star Wars, this movie, I remember watching the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular at Disney World.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of the very first things I witnessed as like a 3-year-old, 4-year-old, as to like what it takes to make a movie and what kind of started building that love for movie making in me. And then, you have the score from John Williams, and then just the nostalgia of growing up with this character and watching The Last Crusade over the summers growing up. It's just a lot of, and the visuals too. The director behind this
visually stunning.
visually just looks.
I think they definitely emphasized what it means to be an Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah.
We just have not seen these visuals in a very long time.
Yep.
Very long time. The amount of people, the amount of it didn't feel like this was made during a pandemic or there was these restraints or these restrictions. It felt like this was poured into. And there are movies that have come out before this one that have felt very much cared for and loved for, and a lot of people in it. But this is one of those things that it's just like movies,
Like this is
This is it's just, man, the visuals.
It's one of those original
spectacular.
characters that's just so iconic.
Well, I always think, kind of what you said, the stunt spectacular. I automatically think about that, of getting a hint of behind the scenes of movies. I think that's when I started to feel the most fascinated about them, because I've always loved movies growing up. I think we've all grown up, we've been blessed by amazing parents by showing us amazing, fantastic movies.
Yeah.
And Indiana Jones being one of them, and all the movies. I know I loved watching Last Crusade, but just seeing just the magic behind it made me appreciate the magic more and wanting to be a part of it. So I'm just I'm blown away, and I have very strong faith that they're gonna serve this character justice. And this is like, I think, right, they said the final one out of the series of Indiana
wrapping it
Jones.
up, it's the last time he'll play Indiana Jones, and it looks like they're doing some CGI to kind of tell us some. I'm very curious to see where the story leads us and takes us, especially if they're trying to put a bow on this whole saga.
Well, it's quite emotional too to see, like, how much time has passed, and it's emotional, like a lot of time has passed, and sometimes we don't realize it. So I feel like there's also going to be a great amount of nostalgia, in I feel like in very subtle ways though, which I'm very excited to see how they do it and what he's going to be exploring.
I also wonder what other characters may show up from past movies that we just didn't catch because it was so fast.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably want to reveal it, then it's kind of like a hidden secret.
For me, it was always first Temple of Doom. I remember as a little kid surfing through the channels. It was something called channel surfing as a kid. You just kind of pick up the remote and just see what you run into. And I just remember running into this moment where a man is getting his heart ripped out of his chest, and it was like Kalima. I didn't know what this was about, and then this guy in a hat and a whip saves the day, and then he gets brainwashed. Anyway, that was my introduction to Indiana Jones. I didn't know about Raiders of the Lost Ark, so for me it was always Temple of Doom first, and then somewhere later down the line I watched Raiders of the Lost Ark, but the Last Crusade is till this day my favorite one. But this one carries a lot of weight because time has passed. Mm-hmm. And we're here watching the trailer with our 3 now very grown kids. And to remember Matthew as a 3-4-year-old watching that show and the awe that was upon him watching it, and then to have different adventures with the 3 of our kids.
And we're talking about Hollywood Studios, Disney World in Florida.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think we specified, but they did.
Yeah.
They do have a show there. Do or did?
Yeah, they still do.
They still do. Where they
back.
show like how they make movies come to life, and Indiana Jones is the focal point of that show, and they show you how they do certain special effects and stunts mostly.
Well, this connects to the Light and Magic documentary we saw recently of ILM and Industrial Light and Magic, and Indiana Jones in a lot of ways revolutionized and changed things for the industry, and creating an original character, an original universe, epic in its own way. It's just so inspiring, and it really is. It's a connection to the old Hollywood too, or a time even. It's the class that Indiana Jones has at times kind of makes him up there in the levels of like a James Bond or someone that just has that. The silhouette of Indiana Jones is easily recognizable. The whip, the hat, it's just a pop culture icon. Yeah, the leather jacket, all of it.
Even the sound effects too, of like the gunshots and the whip, and like it just brings you back to the old movies.
Man, it's just so special. It's so special, but I have faith with the director. Who
is the director?
I think it's James Mangold, who did Ford v Ferrari and Logan. I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's a very promising thing.
So and then Steven Spielberg's still attached to this, and
I didn't even think about that before, but like he also has experience directing car scenes and driving scenes and what that feels like, speed. On like that already, because
the train scenes,
just so many shots you just don't even think about like that's possible.
And there are scenes that what you highlight, Josh, is his ability. James Mangold, his ability to have character-driven action sequences, because nothing we saw in Ford versus Ferrari, for example, and what was the other one that he did? Logan. God, nothing was ever just for spectacle. It always came after some sort of character dilemma or revelation, and that's what I'm excited about. Is what are those last layers of Indy that we're gonna pull back and find out more about who he is and who he is now in his older age, and what part of adventure does he not miss, where he runs into our friend from Raiders of the Lost Ark. I don't remember his name right now, the character's name. That character does miss some of that adventure that looks like Indy's kind of just done. But there's something about belief in here, the theme of believing in something that maybe you've lost, but yet if you believe in something hard enough, that theme right there is something that starts to pull at my heartstrings. And I'm very curious as to what because there were some flashback sequences it looked
Yeah.
like. So we're gonna look back to certain things we probably had never seen, elements of Indy's story that we never covered before. So now if we uncover it at this point, I think if this is a farewell movie, if I'm in tears at the end of it, it's because I felt it, and we're signing off with Harrison Ford playing Indiana Jones, and that would be a good way to end this, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So
What
I'm
about
gonna
you
go
though?
with that,
Are you avoiding saying something right now? I feel like you are.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a big one for me. I don't do this in front of, like, I don't do this often. My mom loved this movie. The sounds, the sights, just seeing him, like, being in an Indiana Jones, like, movie, like, watching it, just puts all of that together. He was, like, one of my mom's favorites, and all the memories I have as a little girl watching movies was always watching Indiana Jones with my mom. So, yeah, I love it because it was a lot for me growing up. The little Jenny, you know, experiencing movies and time with her because she loved them, but then seeing how much our kids love it, and then now the fact that it's coming back, like, I wasn't even expecting this. I think I forgot, like, a part of me just threw it back and wasn't even thinking about it. So when Josh was like, Mom, Indiana Jones, you know, for me it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see the culmination of all of it, to see him again, to see this character just come back. I don't know if you guys watching experience the same types of things, but with movies, like, there's certain movies that just, it's like a stamp of time. It just allows you to relive in that moment, and just, it's a very cherished movie for me. So I'm happy it's in good hands. I think the person directing and creating it will do it justice. I think the trailer very much shows a lot of those elements that Joshie spoke of, but I cannot wait. This summer is going to be amazing. I'm just feeling like all these movies are coming that are just these stamps of moments and people in our lives. I think that's the beauty of movies, that you really, it's like music, you know, you really live certain things and they bring you back to certain emotions and they leave a lasting memory in your heart forever. So yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you for
You won't see this often, but this
thank you
movie
for-
definitely did that for me. And Dad kind of, I wasn't gonna say anything, but
Well, thank you for being vulnerable, for being open. And,
you kind of
sharing
poked the bear.
things.
So
yeah, I mean, I think it wouldn't be right to not express it. I think because I think that's a big part too. That was a big reason why you wanted to show us in the first place too, is because we didn't really get to know our grandma. I mean, I sort of knew her, but that was up until I was 3 years old. So it was just one of those things that we kind of connected, helped us connect with our late grandmother. But
And as long as I knew her, I didn't find out that Temple of Doom or Indiana Jones was her thing until after she passed. So this reminds me of her too. And so if I feel it, I can only imagine what it means to you.
yeah,
so
we're blessed to have him doing Harrison Ford. You know, that he's doing this, that he's closing up this story like this. I think of course it's emotional for him. You know, yeah, it'll always have my heart for sure.
Thank you so much for the memories and the joy that you've given us playing this character.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, man.
definitely will be taking you guys along with us on this journey. We definitely will do a review to this movie, and whatever new trailers come out, we will give our reactions and thoughts on it. But we know if it's emotional for us, we can imagine it's emotional for you. So we want to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. So you guys can hit that like button to let us know how excited you are for this movie. For those of you that are excited for this movie, and what this movie means to you, what Indiana Jones means to you as a character. We hope you guys enjoyed our reaction. We certainly we really enjoyed this trailer, and we needed this trailer. I think all of us. It's just, man, it was such a great surprise to hear that this trailer came out. So anyway, thank you for joining us today. We hope you guys enjoyed our reaction, and we'll see you guys in the next MaJeliv video. Have a MaJeliv day.
Bye.